We are about sustainability, not quick fixes. Hi, welcome back to my channel. It's That Girl Creates. And first of all, I just want to say happy Women's History Month. We just left Black History Month a couple of days ago, and now we're moving right along into Women's History Month. And I thought that this month, for lessons from my 20s, we would talk about health and wellness because honestly, nobody would be here without us. There would be no women's history if we did not take care of ourselves, because we are the divine feminine and we are a life source. As you can see behind me, we have the divine feminine reincarnated. So this month is all about health, and I'm just going to get right into it. I am in a wellness journey and I would say a weight loss journey as well. Overall, I am focusing on just overall health. I've been doing that for the past couple of years. I was eating like no meats, no dairies, anything like that for the past couple of years. I slowly transitioned into eating poultry because I felt like for this journey that I'm on weight loss and toning, I needed protein sources. And to be honest, I don't want to get into it. I can make a whole nother video about why I stopped my no meat journey. Overall, that's where I'm at right now. I'm not for telling anybody to do a certain type of diet, as long as you're giving your body clean energy sources. You know, you're cutting out the processed foods and the fried foods and the eating out and all that stuff. That's what I promote. Eating your vegetables, eating your fruit, drinking your water, minding your business. That's what I promote. Plant-based, pescatarian, I pretty much have done it all. And as long as you're feeding your body with things that will give you life, look, I'm not your doctor, I'm not your dietitian, but that's just my spiel. But if you want to learn more about why I decided to introduce poultry back into my life, I'm still not going to eat red meat or anything like that. But if you want a video on like my journey into transitioning out of a no meats diet, let me know in the comments. With all that said, I'm on a weight loss journey. As you know from my last video, I am engaged, and so I have a wedding to plan, and I have pictures that I want to look good for, and I want to look and feel my best. I'm also turning 30 this year, so I want to look and feel my best in this new season of my life. I feel like I'm really stepping into adulthood and womanhood. This is just like another level, and so I need to get my body together and just honor my body more. A lot of these lessons that I learned throughout my 20s as far as wellness and my wellness journey, I had to learn the hard way. So hopefully, it doesn't matter what age you're in. I think these steps apply to anybody, whether you're a woman, whether you're a man, whether you identify whatever you identify as. I think these steps will help you lead to a more healthier life in general. So without further ado, let's get into the lessons from my 20 health and wellness edition. So the first thing is the 80-20 rule. I don't know if you've heard about it. You probably have. But just in case you haven't, the 80-20 rule is you're eating clean 80% of the time, or 80% of your diet, and then you're not going ham, but you're eating outside of your lifestyle 20% of the time. So you might indulge in a cake, a brownie, a chip. So the 80-20 rule, it was very there's a lot of trials and tribulations to get to this point, because like when I would diet in my early 20s, even in my teens, I feel like I've been dieting almost all my life. Well, not almost all my life, probably since the 4th grade. It's a lot that needs to be unpacked. But basically, whenever I would start a new diet, of course it's always Monday. So like the weekend before, you would eat whatever you want to, you would indulge or whatever, or sometimes overindulge. And then Monday you'll start. And then you'll eat nothing but carrot sticks and celery for a week, maybe even 2. If you can last through 1 weekend, maybe even 2 weeks. And then something comes up, or maybe you start your cycle and you're craving certain things, and you revert back to your old eating habits. That was literally my cycle for so many years. Like, I would just have like weeks of like total motivation, and then something would happen, or it's that time of the month, and I would just fall to my cravings. And I have some body conscious issues, and so I'm susceptible to bad habits. And like, so like I said before, like I'll diet, and then something will happen, and or I noticed I'll even notice changes. I'll be like, oh, my stomach getting a little flat. Like, okay, my booty perking up a little bit, okay. And then I reward myself because I'm like, girl, you worked hard for these past couple weeks. Like, let me get you. Let's get a cookie, or let's go to let's get some cheesecake, or let's get some tiramisu, or okay, I need to stop listing stuff that I want because it sounds really good right now. But I will reward myself, and then I will reward myself again, and then I would just go back into the bad habit that I'm trying to cut out in my life. So that would kind of be like my cycle. So now it's like, okay, I'm going to eat clean, eat well, eat good, get my fruits, my vegetables in every day, drinking my water. And then for like a certain event, like, okay, so Super Bowl. Super Bowl was a couple weeks ago. And so I didn't really restrict myself. I kind of just like, okay, I'm going to eat a little bit here, eat a little bit there. Luckily, there wasn't a lot of like sweets. So that's kind of like, that's my kryptonite a little bit, sweets. So luckily it wasn't a lot, and I wasn't counting calories. I was just like getting a little bit here and there. And I felt good. The thing is like taking that pressure off to be perfect, because I feel like when people, they start their wellness journey, they think they have to be perfect, and that's just not the case. Like, no one's perfect. Even Tiana Taylor will probably eat a cheeseburger or something like that we would consider we can't eat or whatever, which is another thing. You can eat everything that you want, just in moderation. And I think that's what essentially the 80-20 rule is. But if I do want something, say if I want like some Oreos or something, I won't get the big pack of Oreos. I would get the mini pack that's like at the checkout stand. Like it will come in like 6 or something like that. I would get that, and not the whole box, because I know if I get the whole box, it's gonna be gone sooner than I would like to admit. And I know myself, and so it's like you don't have to tell yourself you can't eat something, but just know your limits. Just know your limits. And if you have to give yourself boundaries, that's okay. That's what boundaries are for. Boundaries are to help us. So the next thing is just remind yourself and keep in mind that slow and steady wins the race. Like, I know you've seen the YouTube girlies coming on here saying, oh, I lost 40 pounds in 2 months. But I have noticed that some people gain it all back, and some even more, because they didn't do it in a sustainable way. And it's no shade. I'm grateful for anyone who is living a more healthier life, but you have to maintain it. So it's like if you're eating nothing but carrot sticks and celery, and you diet and you lose 40 pounds in 2 months, and you go back to eating cheeseburgers because you reach your goal weight, and you go back to eating the same things that you used to eat 2 months prior, you're undoing everything. And that's not really a lifestyle, that's just a diet. So I'm on the journey of making healthy habits become a lifestyle. So honestly, if it takes me a little bit longer than, what we see on YouTube or what we see online to lose weight, I'd rather do that and actually keep the weight loss off of me than to lose it really quick and it not be sustainable. I'm all about sustainable living and healthy living. So slow and steady wins the race. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And I want this to be a lifestyle. And lifestyle takes time. And honestly, I have done like the 10-day smoothie challenge and the 3-day, 5-day, 7-day juice fast and all that stuff. And I would be just like other people. I would gain the weight right back as soon as I started eating anything. So I am doing it right this time. And honestly, all the fitness and the nutritionists, they say to lose it slowly. That's more sustainable, and that's the healthiest way to do it. So I am in a caloric deficit, and I'm working out like 5 times a week. And so it is coming off. I can see the changes. It might not be as fast as it had been before, or even as what I would like to, but I've noticed changes month by month, and I am proud of myself for sustaining this lifestyle. And that's what is most important to me, like my health and my wellness being a legit lifestyle. The next thing is, and it kind of goes back to what I said earlier, is you are more than your cravings. Like, you have the power to abstain from your cravings or limit them or contain them. So, like I said earlier in my example, not getting the big thing of Oreos, but like the small packet, and being satisfied with that. Just being more intentional with what you're buying, what you're putting in your body, what you're eating. My friend gave me a good comparison. It's like your calories is like you're putting your calories, say you're putting your calories on a credit card. So it's like you can spend, if you have, let's say your calorie credit card is $1,600 a day, you can spend 1,000 or 1,100 on a McDonald's meal and have one meal and maybe a big meal and then a small meal in a day. Or you can have 3 meals and maybe even a snack or two with that 1,600, because you're eating lighter, you're eating cleaner, you're eating more fruits and vegetables that do not add up in calories. And so it's not about what's good or bad, but it's about what's going to sustain you. What's going to sustain you the longest. Carbs, for me, it doesn't sustain me as much as protein. So I'm going to have a high protein diet, and that includes poultry, that includes seafood, that includes beans, that includes some vegetables like spinach, it includes nuts. I'd rather spend my credit card money on that versus a Big Mac that's going to make me feel sluggish for the rest of the day. That's just me personally. But like I said before, you can eat whatever you want, just in moderation. Don't be eating McDonald's like 3 times a week. So it's like you can eat whatever you want, but once your caloric credit card maxes out, that's it. So for me, I like snacking or eating throughout the day. So I'd rather take 3 meals and a snack versus a Big Mac or a burger, and what else can you eat after that? It'd be like 1,200 calories if you get fries and a soda. Like you're gonna have like a snack or something like that. Me, no. I'd rather eat throughout the day. But again, it's all about just being more intentional with what you're putting in your body and what you're consuming. Which leads me right into my next point. It is really just a mental game. Like once you win the mental game, you win the war. You win in life. It can lead to healing. It can lead to self-awareness. It can break generational curses and diseases that run into your family. Like you can make for a healthier bloodline for your children, your children's children, and your children's children's children. That's the type of time I'm on right now. So once we win the war in our minds, we win the game. And that is the easiest, hardest thing in the world to do, which is why we have all these weight loss apps and we have these books, these self-help books, all that stuff. But at the end of the day, if we win the mental game, we win it. We win it all. And I feel like the last thing is, and probably the most important besides winning the mental game, don't compare yourself to others. Don't compare yourself to the YouTube girlies that lost 40 pounds a month. It's okay if you don't. It's okay. We are all about sustainability, not quick fixes. Okay? Let me say that again. We are about sustainability, not quick fixes. Okay? We're in it to win it all. Okay? And if it takes us a little bit more time, it don't matter. We still going to win the race. We're still going to get there. And we did it healthy. We did it on our terms. And we did it to make a lifestyle. We are all about it becoming a lifestyle, not something that you do to look good for a trip, but to actually making a lifestyle. Yes, I said earlier that I want to look good for photos for my 30th, my wedding, all that stuff. That is true. But I've also been working on this journey for years, and it's been highs and lows because I didn't do it the sustainable way. One of my personal words for this year is intention. And so my intention for this year is to be more intentional with what I'm eating, on top of being more sustainable with my lifestyle. And so that's where we at right now. So yes, and even if I don't get to my goal before those things, it's not gonna be the end of the world. But I know I'm gonna be look and feel so much better than what I did this time last year, because I'm actively working on myself. I'm working on creating this lifestyle, and it's only a matter of time before it plays off. Whether it does and I'm at my body goals before then, it don't matter, because I'm gonna still feel good. I feel good right now. I'm nowhere near my body goals, but I feel amazing. I feel great. I feel healthy. I feel wealthy, and I feel blessed. And that is what working out, there's so many benefits to working out. Like, please read up on it, look into it. There's so many mental benefits of working out on top of dieting, because we know weight loss is mostly about what you're eating, what you're consuming, dieting, being in a caloric deficit. But working out it's no longer a chore for me. At one point in my life, it felt like a chore, and I'm so happy that it does not feel like a chore anymore. I'm grateful that I'm able to move my body on a daily basis. I have working limbs, I have working arms, I have working feet that I can walk, I have shoes that I can walk in. Like, I get so much gratitude in being able to move my body now. I had to reframe my mindset on working out, but I feel so grateful. I can move my body. It's not aching like it used to. Like, I'm sorry. I just feel super grateful, because there was a time where I was not able to get up and walk without it hurting. So enough of that. Your body has been with you your whole life. Please be kind to it. Please give it grace. Give yourself grace on this journey. I'm gonna give you a real life example. The month of March, I'm on this challenge with Keenan and like his homeboys, and it's like you have to drink like 5 gallons of water in a week. You have to work out 5 days a week. No fried foods, no like snacks or sweets, stuff like that. Kind of basic, but what everyone knows that you need to do in order to lose weight. But we're doing it. And I was on set yesterday, and they had so many good stuff. Ugh. I'm so proud of myself of how I did not fall into that trap. But I did eat some Mentos, and it wasn't the minty ones. It was the fruit, the color ones. And it didn't even feel good when I ate them. I was just like, it was nostalgic. I think I got it because of nostalgia. But to be honest, that I just ran up my credit card for no reason. It didn't bring me joy. Honestly, I've had better strawberries, and like more tastier strawberries than those Mentos. And so, even though I fell into the trap the first day of the challenge, what it taught me was the fact that I've grown. I've grown a lot on my journey. And I'm not gonna lie, I used to tear up some Mentos back in the day, just eating them like they were real candy. And it just taught me that I've come so far. And I'm proud of that. And so my challenge is going to start from March 2nd through April 2nd, because I worked out. I did everything else yesterday, but I'm not going to count that. And it's fine. It's fine. Like, nobody's perfect. No one's going to be perfect in the journey, despite what they may say. So it's about progression, not perfection. And we're going to do this. We're going to live our best lives. We're going to feel our best. We're going to look our best. And we're going to come out here and break these generational curses, break these diseases off. We're not playing with them. So that's really all I have for you today. I feel like these are tips that you may or may not have known, but I feel like this would be a good reminder regardless. Or even if there's something that I said that you never thought about before, like the credit card, I never heard of that before my friend said it, and I thought it was a good analogy, so I want to share with y'all. But if y'all have any other tips, like lifestyle wellness tips that you want to include, please let us know in the comments. Like, I'm all about building a community, like Health is wealth. So please share your wealth of information with us. I might check in more with my wellness journey if y'all are interested. If y'all are interested in that, let me know. If y'all want to know how this challenge goes, despite yesterday, if y'all want to know how the challenge goes at the end, I will be happy to tell y'all about it, share my experience, share what I've gone through, and how it all ended. But other than that, this is another installment of Lessons from My 20s. We're at the halfway mark? I think so, yeah. This is 3 of 6. So, you know what y'all want to see, what y'all want to hear, what y'all want to talk about. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. I have a goal that I want to hit before my 30th birthday. Y'all, share your favorite video with a friend, with a family member. I'm trying to join this creative tribe. And we are all creatives. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You don't have to be an artist. You can be a mathematician. Math is creativity. Engineering is creativity. It doesn't matter what field you're in. We are all creative beings because we came from a creative being. So, with all that being said, happy Women's History Month. Protect Black women always. Drink your water, eat your vegetables, and live life to the fullest. And with that being said, I will see y'all later. Bye.